Okay, I'm just going to show you how to tie a fly I made up at the start of the year, and it's taken a few fish in Scotland and a couple here, and actually a fish in Norway as well. I hadn't previously given it a name, but I think I'm going to call it a rainbow cascade. That's those in the bottom, and the original one I tied had a yellow head. That's one with a glow bright red head. That's a cone head version, if you can see it. So I'm just going to talk through the materials as I'm tying it. So it's a size 8 filling mill magni. That's a double hook in black nickel. So we're just going to start as usual with a tying thread behind the eye and work your way down to you're between the point and the barb. And I'm going to take a length of oval silver, and it's fine, and I tie it in underneath. Wrap it down a few more turns, and then take 3 turns back down towards the bend and bring your last turn, or bring your tag end up and over, or some people bring it down below and in through the 2 hooks, secure it underneath, but that's just the way I've always done it. So the tag in this is glow bright floss, and it's number 11, which is like a fluorescent lime green. So I'm going to tie that in, and I want the fluorescent tag, green tag, to be twice what the silver tag is. So wind it down, touch the tag, silver, and come back up. Whenever it's approximately twice the size of the silver tag, tie off your waist ends and trim them away. The tail's orange bucktail, and keep it reasonably sparse. Don't want it too heavily dressed. I like my flies to be a bit sparser. I think they move better in the water. So I would say in that there's maybe 20 or 20, maybe 24 or 25 strands of bucktail. I'm just going to line the tips up by hand, roughly. And length of the tail can be whatever you want. I'm going to make it probably 2.5 times the hook shank. So just a couple of turns, and you can adjust the length of the tail at this stage. So 2 or 2.5 times. Short fibre there, I'm just going to cut it away. The flash in this is 2 strands of, it's Vineyard's crinkle flash, and it's pearl. I'm just going to take 2 strands of that and lay them on top. Just make sure they're sitting the right way. I'll just fix this a little. That's better. You can use crystal flash if you wish. Right, the wee hot spot on the tail is this is Shadow Pelt from Frankensnilde, and it's yellow. It's a really nice, dense, mobile fur. That's a great length for using this or wings on smaller flies. So I'm going to pull out some of the under fur just to thin it out a bit. And I want this halfway or thereabouts into the tail. Maybe just shy of halfway. Tie it down on top and secure it in nicely, and cut your tag ends away at an angle. And that ties in nice and tight. Doesn't take up much room. So that's the the tail. What I have forgotten actually is the boar bristle. 4 strands. So I'm going to pull these off, and I'm going to actually untie the yellow. So go back and just moisten the end of that and it'll stay as it is. Take your, this is red, you can use red or orange boar bristle. This is from Foxy Tails. Just line them up a bit longer than the tail, with them kicking up slightly. Tie these in nice and securely. Trim away. And now we can go back to the yellow hot spot in the tail. And that's it now. So we're ready to tie in the body. The rib first is oval silver or silver wire. I'm going to tie in silver wire. And the rear half, back half of the body is holographic silver. Just tie it in at the back, nice and secure at the halfway point, and then wind probably on this size of hook 3 or 4 turns maybe, and tie it off just shy halfway, because you have to take your head out of the take your head out of that distance, or what you've left, to make the bodies evenly half and half. Second part of the body, or the front part, is black floss. So tie it in and wind down towards the eye until the body is approximately the same length as the silver at the back. Then tie it off, trim away your waist, bring your silver rib, nice even open turns, and tie off again just underneath, 3 or 4 turns. And the easiest way is just to wiggle the wire until it breaks. Saves your scissors. Now the wig on this is, on the original, was a zonker strip, the hair out of a zonker, and it was this one. It's like a fluorescent red with black bars through it, and this originally came from AMC Fly Time. So if you want to use that colour, that's where to get this one. Or you can use whatever colour you want, orange or any of the other colours they have now. So I'm going to take a pinch of it away and just pull out a bit of the underfur. And I want the wing, just a couple of turns, sort of halfway into the yellow section on the tail, which is where it is. Tie it down nice and securely. At this point I want a hackle for the front, the head hackle, and it's going to be it's a black hen hackle actually I'm using. So I'm just going to draw the fibres back and tie it in with the tip. A couple or 3 turns to secure it, and trim away the waist, and just double these fibres back, and put your first drop tight up against the wing and the body, so you're covering your thread. And again, I don't want this too heavily hackled, so I'm going to say 2 or 2.5 turns. That's going to be plenty for me. Just cross over your hackle stock and get 3 or 4 securing turns in, and then trim away your waist. Get a couple more turns in and just tidy up, trim anything that's protruding out. You want a nice small head in this fly too, because we're going to put a glow bright head on it with the floss, so If you can start off with a nice tiny head, then it doesn't get too big when you add the floss. Next thing is a couple of jungle cock eyes. So select them from the bottom of near the bottom of the cape. Get 2 eyes here. And I don't like, don't want too big an eye on it. Tend to keep them to the smaller side. And just position it with a couple of list turns, and leave the wee tag ends on them, because they're good for using the position. Just tie them in the way you like them. If you like them sloping down or further back into the wing, then you can adjust that to suit. Once you have them secured in, a couple more turns and then fold back the stalk. I broke the one nearest the camera very short, so it's hard to get hold of. Once you get 3 or 4 turns in, just whip finish, keep the thread taut. And you can trim these jungle cock ends off there, pull them off, break that one, and that one's have to trim it. So that's pretty much the finished fly. Now, as I say, the head on the original was yellow, so probably my best bet is to put the yellow head on it again. Although I've tied a few recently with a red head, and also would imagine black would work well on it. So start your floss and start to build your head up. And once you have the white thread nearly covered, just 3 turn whip finish, tighten up your floss and trim it away. All that's left to do is varnish the head of the fly, and that's it. I'm going to zoom in slightly here to see if you can. And that's it. That's the finished fly, Rainbow Cascade. Thanks for watching.